Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, I'm coming to you live from Fonzie's Man Cave. Another commentary from my man cave, and I think it was just like a week ago when I did a commentary almost on the same thing. An African American being gunned down in the street once again. Police officer deciding that he's the judge, jury, and executioner. And another man has been slain without due process. Of course, my heart and prayers go out to the family as we mourn the death of ours, as we see how our lives aren't valued. No one outside of us realized that Black lives matter. So when I finish mourning and when the people finish marching, what more can we do? We walk with our hands up. We walk with our hands in our pocket. People reaching for a driver's license when a police officer asks for it is shot in the hip. What more can you do? Become invisible? Stay in the house? Gentleman stopped because he was walking down the street with his hands in his pocket. He was in Minnesota. It's cold outside. Where else you going to put your hands when it's cold? What can we do? How do we reverse this trend that's becoming so prevalent in America? Shoot first. We don't have to worry about answering questions later. What can we do? There are so many ideas of how we can deal with the inequities of the justice system. We can start our own little nation within the nation. We can just become totally absorbed with our blackness and open up our own black places and institutions, restaurants, and have our own businesses, our own banks, and this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. And we can do that. But we don't control the policies. No matter how much we gain financially, if we don't change the policies, it's really nothing but a hollow shell. See, because that's where the policies lie. I know we have many, many, many rich African Americans that are taken down at the slightest whim of the authorities if they think they've gone wrong. And if you think I'm lying, ask Adrian Peterson. He chastised his child, wrongfully so, I believe. I think he went overboard. But no matter how much money you have, when authorities say you're going down, you're going down. I think getting financial independence is a beautiful thing, and it has its place, and it's great, and I think it's good because our children need to see that we can be producers of goods, that we can provide excellent services. But I don't think that's the end-all, be-all for what we have to do. Because of the browning of America, I believe that you should start using that brownness as a wielder of power. We need to raise up leaders who will step into the gap the way we need them to step into. Take, for instance, state legislature. We need to start electing people who have our best interests at heart. I believe now, there's going to be those who believe that voting is a waste of time. I ain't arguing with them, but for me, to change policies, there's only one way you can do it, or the best way you can do it. You're going to have to vote your policies in. You're going to have to put in people that think like you, look like you, care, have empathy like you. We got to put in people that really, really care about our situation. What's happening is this. Sometimes you can hide things in plain sight. I watch how most Republican governors, most southern states, they go to great lengths to prevent you from voting, to create obstacles, extra challenges, to cast that ballot. Now, some of us up north don't think that voting is real important. And that's all well and good if that's the way you feel. But when when the powers and people in authority think your vote is so important that they'll spend billions of dollars to prevent you from doing it, what you got there is being hid in plain sight. That's the only, kind of like almost the only power you really, really got. Outside of the other things, and believe me, this conversation has nothing to do with money. I understand money is power. You can buy this, you can buy that, and you can buy that. Believe me, I get it. But until you change the policies that can where you can get laws changed. So when somebody breaks the law, no matter whether they're wearing a badge or they're wearing an outfit going to work, they can be charged. And it can be used as a deterrent or something. Until you can do that, man, it's almost like you're building your house on sand. You know what I mean? Unless you got that strong foundation, what we're building is in vain. That can be taken at any given time. Even finances. We can amass all the money in the world. An authority can find a slick way to take it all from you via IRS. They might even change what money looks like. They can do almost anything. So we have to be careful not to put all our eggs in one basket. We're going to have to utilize everything at our power, the power of the purse, the power of the vote. All the powers that we have, we need to utilize in order to reverse the policies that's in place right now. That takes a lot. It takes a leader. It takes a new vision of who we are, how much power we have. We have to reverse the way we think about ourselves. We can't go through life talking about we don't have any hope because of this happened, because of that happened. We cannot let the present circumstances that we're going through right now hinder us and limit us from going forward and doing what we think is best to try to reverse this blatant racism, this blatant inequality of justice. We can't lose hope, we can't lose faith, and we can't give up. That's what they want. We will have to put policies in place that will begin to bring people who are lawless, like the police force, to justice. And that's anybody. Not just police officers, but those who run financial institutions that choose to steal and rob from the poor to give to the rich. These are the policies that we have to change. There's just no way around it. Because if we don't change the policies, we will just have another clique. And yes, we'll be able to survive within our own clique. But when it comes to the major things, such as the preservation of life and rights, we're not going to get it. We're going to fall short. Who is willing to be these leaders? I'm going to lead as much as I can in the position that I am. I will continue to speak out. I will continue to go out into the streets and speak out, help out, do whatever it is that I can within my own frailties and within my own humanity. We need to raise up some leaders. I'm almost 65 years old. I'm the kind of guy who will get behind somebody and push them. And leaders need that as well. But who's going to stand up? How will we as a people begin to buy into we have to change the policies? If we took everybody that marched down there in St. Louis, that's what I keep saying, Louisiana, forgive me, in St. Louis, if everybody that marched, that looted, that did everything that they did, voted, that prosecutor and those police would have been brought to justice. But we didn't think it was important then. Reactive instead of proactive. That's what it is. How do we become more proactive as opposed to reactive? My Facebook page is going to be open. I know I'm open for ridicule. I'm probably open for whatever. But until we come together and realize the power that we possess, we're always going to be on the short end of the stick. I don't care how far you think you've gotten in life, how many cars you own, the good life you're living. Until such time we come together and begin to exert our authority as a people. Look around, it's just sheer numbers. If you look at the numbers, it says America is now becoming an America of, I'm not even going to say minorities, I'm going to say of immigrants and different flavors going on. They call it the browning of America. Well, that means Latinos, African Americans, and all other ethnic groups. If these ethnic groups can just realize that we are being persecuted and collectively come together and move those out that are persecuting us and move those in that empathize and that are on our team, we can begin to see a change. A little by little, because it doesn't happen overnight. So that's all I got for my commentary in the man cave today. I'm disappointed, but I'm not disheartened to the point that I'll ever give up speaking my thoughts, taking my thoughts and my speaking into the neighborhood, because I believe a whole lot of words without a lot of actions is just that. A bunch of words with no action. It don't mean much or nothing. So for all my armchair quarterbacks, we need you out there in the fight. Okay? If you're gonna stir up a fight, you're gonna instigate a fight, be in the fight. So look, that's all I'm saying today, man. God bless you. Our prayers and our hearts should be out to the Garner family. I don't know, man. Our hearts and prayers should be out to the Garner family. Let's pray for justice. Let's pray. Let's just pray for justice. Hey, look, if nobody's told you that they love you today, man, Fonz loves you. My baby cakes love you. Wrap your arms around somebody today and tell them that you love them. Especially if you have an African American male or female who at any point in time could be at the end of unjust justice. Hold them real tight. Tell them that you love them. Try to educate them as much as possible, because of this dual justice system that we live under. Let's pray. Let's do what it takes for us to reverse the process and reverse those policies. God bless you. Have a good day, and I'm out. Love you. Peace.